Long out for. To endure or wait for an extended period for something. Synonym for. Long out for. Wait for eagerly, anticipate eagerly, yearn for, look forward to, await eagerly, anticipate impatiently. The patient longed out for a suitable organ donor. Language enthusiasts long out for the release of the new edition of the Comprehensive Linguistic Atlas. The linguist longed out for years for an opportunity to conduct fieldwork in remote language communities. Long through. To endure or survive through a challenging or difficult situation. Synonym for. Long through. Endure through, survive through, persist through, weather, tough out, brave through. The indigenous language longed through centuries of colonial suppression, emerging resiliently in contemporary times. Despite the challenges, the linguist longed through the arduous process of deciphering ancient scripts. The team longed through the tough competition to reach the finals. Long off. To remove or detach something by reaching a considerable distance. Synonym for. Long off. Reach off, extend off, stretch off, pull off, drag off, withdraw off. He longed off a branch to clear the pathway. The construction worker had to carefully long off the damaged section of the bridge without causing further structural harm. The archaeologist used a specialized tool to long off the ancient artifact from its embedded position in the ground. Long up. To increase or extend the height or length of something. Synonym for. Long up. Extend upward, raise up, stretch upward, elevate, hoist up, lift up. The engineers decided to long up the fence around the construction site to enhance security measures. To improve visibility, the city council plans to long up the streetlights along the highway. The tailor will long up the trousers to fit perfectly. Long out to. To extend greetings or best wishes to someone. Synonym for. Long out to. Extend greetings to, offer greetings to, convey best wishes to, send regards to, extend compliments to, offer salutations to. As he boarded the plane, she waved from the terminal, longing out to him for a safe journey. Unable to attend the event, she sent her regards by longing out to her colleagues with a heartfelt message. They longed out to their friends on their anniversary. Long past. To continue well beyond a specified time or deadline. Synonym for. Long past. Far beyond, well beyond, much after, deep into, way past, long after. The project longed past its original completion date. Despite the deadline, the project longed past its completion date due to unforeseen complications. The meeting longed past midnight as the negotiations continued without resolution. Long down. To reduce the height or length of something. Synonym for. Long down. Reduce in length, shorten, cut down, decrease, diminish, lower. The tailor carefully measured and longed down the length of the dress to ensure a perfect fit. To fit the furniture through the doorway, they had to long down the legs of the table. The gardener decided to long down the overgrown hedges. Long behind. To leave someone or something in the past. Synonym for long behind. Leave in the past, put behind, move on from, forget about, leave behind, abandon. It's time to long behind the outdated technology and embrace the new. After the breakup, she made a conscious effort to long him behind and focus on her own happiness. The days of using outdated technology are long behind us, as advancements continue to propel us into the future. Long away. To move or travel a significant distance from a starting point. Synonym for long away. Travel far from, journey a distance from, move far away from, wander far from, roam far from, go a distance from. They longed away from their hometown to explore new opportunities. After graduation, she decided to long away from her hometown and pursue opportunities in the city. The explorer embarked on a journey to long-away lands in search of rare linguistic artifacts. Long out of. To extend the duration of being away from a particular state or condition. Synonym for long out of. Remain distant from, stay away from, keep clear of, steer clear of, stay out of, avoid. She has longed out of the job market for several years. He had longed out of the linguistics field for years, but recently felt a renewed interest in language studies. The retired professor had longed out of academic life, but still maintained a passion for linguistic research. Long back. To refer to a point in the distant past. Synonym for long back. Long ago, way back, far back, distant past, many years ago, ages ago. It's essential to long back to historical linguistics to understand the evolution of language over time. The linguistic theories he referenced long back to the classical era of language philosophy. That incident happened long back. I barely remember the details. Long towards. To move or stretch in the direction of a particular destination. Synonym for long towards. Stretch towards, extend towards, reach towards, aim towards, move towards, strive towards. The ship longed towards the horizon on its journey. The hiker watched as the trail longed towards the distant mountain peak. With determination, she set her sights on her goals and began to long towards them with purpose. Long on for. To have a surplus or abundance of something needed or desired. Synonym for long on for. Have an excess of, overflow with, abound in, be rich in, be endowed with, be well supplied with. The team is long on talent for the upcoming competition. The linguistics department was long on for qualified faculty members to teach the expanding curriculum. As the expedition progressed, the team found themselves long on for essential supplies like fresh water. Geek out over. To express extreme enthusiasm or obsession about a particular subject. Synonym for geek out over. Rave about, fanboy/fangirl over, go wild for, gush about, wax enthusiastic about, be passionate about. Linguistics students often geek out over phonological phenomena, debating the intricacies of vowel articulation. She tends to geek out over the latest technology gadgets. The conference attendees couldn't help but geek out over the keynote speaker's groundbreaking research on syntactic theory. Dive into. To become deeply involved or engrossed in a particular activity or interest. Synonym for. Dive into. Immerse oneself in, engage in, plunge into, delve into, get absorbed in, throw oneself into. After receiving her master's degree, she decided to dive into computational linguistics to explore its applications in artificial intelligence. The language enthusiast couldn't wait to dive into the newly published book on historical sociolinguistics. After reading the book, he couldn't help but dive into the entire series. Lose oneself in. To become completely absorbed in a particular activity or hobby. Synonym for. Lose oneself in. Get lost in, become immersed in, be consumed by, be engrossed in, be absorbed in, be captivated by. When she plays the piano, she loses herself in the music. The novelist lost himself in the process of crafting intricate dialogue, immersing himself in the world of his characters. When she picked up her favorite linguistics textbook, she would often lose herself in its pages for hours. Nerd out on. Similar to geek out, to passionately discuss or engage in a topic of interest. Synonym for. Nerd out on. Be obsessed with, be fixated on, be fanatical about, be infatuated with, be crazy about, be devoted to. The linguistics club members would often nerd out on syntax trees, passionately discussing their syntactic analyses. They like to nerd out on obscure historical facts. Linguistics enthusiasts love to nerd out on phonetics, analyzing the acoustic properties of speech sounds with fervor. Take up. To start a new hobby, activity, or interest. Synonym for. Take up. Adopt, embrace, begin, start, commence, undertake. She decided to take up photography as a creative outlet. After years of hesitation, she finally decided to take up painting as a hobby. He recently took up playing the guitar and has been practicing diligently every day. Fan over. To express admiration or fandom for a particular person, team, or subject. Synonym for. Fan over. Adulate, idolize, worship, idolatrize, be a fan of, be devoted to. The fans fanned over the celebrity's latest movie. The sports fans fanned over their favorite team, showing unwavering support at every match. She fanned over the latest album release, eagerly discussing each track with her friends. Obsess over. To think about or focus on something constantly and intensely. Synonym for. Obsess over. Fixate on, be preoccupied with, be consumed by, be obsessed with, be fixated on, be infatuated with. Ever since she read the novel, she has been obsessing over the characters and storyline. He tends to obsess over details when working on a project. He couldn't stop obsessing over his upcoming presentation, constantly worrying about every detail. Explore into. To delve deeper into a subject or activity to gain more knowledge. Synonym for. Explore into. Probe into, investigate, examine, research, delve into, look into. They decided to explore into the world of gourmet cooking. The students decided to explore into the topic of climate change by conducting research and interviews with experts. She delved into the world of photography, exploring into different techniques and styles to improve her skills. Dabble in. To experiment or involve oneself casually in a particular activity. Synonym for. Dabble in. Experiment with, play with, toy with, tinker with, dip into, sample. During the summer, she likes to dabble in watercolor painting. During her gap year, she dabbled in various languages, trying to get a feel for which one she wanted to pursue further. He dabbled in woodworking as a hobby, enjoying the process of creating small projects in his spare time. Sink into. To become deeply involved or immersed in an activity or experience. Synonym for. Sink into. Be absorbed in, be immersed in, become engrossed in, be lost in, be captivated by, be entranced by. As the music played, they sank into a state of relaxation. He sank into the world of virtual reality gaming, losing track of time as he immersed himself in a virtual environment. As the music played, she sank into a state of deep relaxation, forgetting all her worries. Freak out about. To become extremely excited, anxious, or passionate about something. Synonym for. Freak out about. Panic about, fret about, stress about, worry about, go crazy about, be frantic about. He freaked out about the concert tickets selling out, desperately trying to secure seats for himself and his friends. She freaked out about her upcoming exam, feeling overwhelmed by the amount of material she had to study. She tends to freak out about upcoming exams. Immerse oneself in. To fully engage or involve oneself in a particular subject or activity. Synonym for. Immerse oneself in. Engulf oneself in, bury oneself in, envelop oneself in, engage deeply in, be absorbed in, lose oneself in. He decided to immerse himself in the study of ancient civilizations. During her travels, she immersed herself in the local culture, learning the language and customs of each place she visited. He immersed himself in the world of finance, studying market trends and investment strategies to excel in his career. Get into. To develop an interest or involvement in a particular hobby or activity. Synonym for. Get into. Become interested in, develop an interest in, take an interest in, be drawn to, be attracted to, be fascinated by. She got into yoga as a way to de-stress and improve her flexibility and strength. Many people are getting into gardening as a form of relaxation. He recently got into gardening and now spends most weekends tending to his plants in the backyard. Plunge into. To start or engage deeply in an activity or situation. Synonym for. Plunge into. Dive into, immerse oneself in, engage in, get involved in, throw oneself into, embark on. With determination, she plunged into the task of writing her first novel, dedicating long hours to crafting the storyline. After attending a workshop, she decided to plunge into entrepreneurship. After years of contemplation, he finally decided to plunge into entrepreneurship, starting his own business from scratch. Devote oneself to dedicate time and effort passionately to a particular interest or cause. Synonym for devote oneself to. Dedicate oneself to, commit oneself to, give oneself over to, apply oneself to, focus on, concentrate on. After retiring, he decided to devote himself to volunteering at the local homeless shelter, spending several hours there every week. He decided to devote himself to environmental conservation. She devoted herself to environmental activism, organizing rallies and campaigns to raise awareness about climate change. Tinker with. To experiment or play around with something, often in a creative way. Synonym for tinker with. Play with, experiment with, fiddle with, mess around with, toy with, dabble in. During his free time, he liked to tinker with old electronics, often taking them apart to see how they worked. She enjoyed spending weekends in her garage, tinkering with her vintage car, trying to restore it to its former glory. She likes to tinker with different recipes in the kitchen. Shut oneself off from. To isolate oneself from external influences or distractions. Synonym for shut oneself off from. Withdraw from, disconnect from, cut oneself off from, isolate oneself from, seclude oneself from, retreat from. After a long day at work, he liked to shut himself off from the world by listening to calming music and meditating. During exam week, students may shut themselves off from social activities. She shut herself off from social media for a week to focus on completing her research paper without distractions. You can find playlists for various languages in the video description. To practice the vocabulary, you are encouraged to explore our various apps. Links to these are also included in the description. If you found something new or interesting, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section and provide your valuable feedback. And please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more educational content.